Be it a series loss, be it a series win, one thing is assured. At the end of the series, Gautam Gambhir will come up and front up to the media. Now, unlike the test series, where there was a lot of doom and gloom, here Gautam Gambhir had come in stern, wanting to explode, but he didn't explode. Yes, he did give certain interesting anecdotes in the press conference, which lasted 12 minutes and 50 seconds. During that press conference, the test debacle, due, Roko, India's batting template in ODIs, everything was discussed. But the first major thing was the test debacle. Yes, India lost 2-0. Gambhir will now have the legacy of presiding over 2 whitewashes at home. But Gambhir was quick to point out that in that test debacle, the first game that you lost in Kolkata by 31 runs, no one talked about losing out on Gill, injured. This team is in transition and it does not have that much of experience. This was the problem. Yes, India lost by 31 runs. Yes, India went 1-0 down. India were whitewashed 2-0. But no one spoke that much about Shubman Gill's injury because he didn't get to bat in the second innings. Maybe, what if Shubman Gill would have come and made a difference? But it remains a what if. The fact is, Shubman Gill was injured, he couldn't have played. But does that exonerate him of not chasing 124? Maybe not. Because this is where Gambhir had a straight-on street fight. In that he mentioned, discussions were over wickets. Agreed. One IPL owner also wrote about split coaching. November 26th, Parth Jindal, Delhi Capitals co-owner. He had suggested that maybe there should be split coaching when it comes to the Indian cricket team. And Gambhir, the gloves were off for him. He did not even hesitate. One IPL owner also wrote about split coaching. Nothing has been made up. Nothing is about AI. You Google it. Who made that comment? It was Delhi Capitals co-owner Parth Jindal. And this is where Gambhir said, just because I come to press conferences and I don't want to give excuses about it, it doesn't mean you can ignore facts. And another thing which is problematic, if we don't enter their domain, they have no right to enter our domain. This is a problematic thing. Because in India, everybody is entitled to a right in opinion and many people, 99% of them care about test cricket, care about Indian cricket. Can you stop and muzzle all their voices? Maybe, maybe not. But this is the problem. Just because you are not a part of the coaching team, you have no right to comment upon it. Then same thing. If you as an analyst are there, then you have no right to comment about the business side of things then. Is it a fair comparison? But now it's a slugfest that's going to fester on social media in a big, big way. This comment is a direct jibe at Delhi Capitals. He didn't take names because the question, when you look at the 7-minute period at that time, the question was asked about Shubman Gill and about Roko's form. He said that Shubman Gill is raring to go, he's ready. But then on Roko, he hailed their quality, he hailed everything, the form, the consistency that they're doing it for so long for India. The one thing that is major in that, their experience is important in the dressing room. Whatever be the thing, whatever people they want to portray, are things okay between Roko and Gambhir? Are they on the same page? Is there a friction? Does Gambhir not favor Rohit and Virat? One thing is certain, this statement I think should douse the fire. Their experience is important in the dressing room. Gambhir is not someone who will ensure, okay, I have 2 of the best players, why should I let them go? Just because there is a degenerative process happening in amongst the Indian fans that India should lose so that Gambhir gets out. It doesn't work that way. All doubts on Rohit and Virat have been put to rest in Vizag. Plain and simple. But on the toss, Gambhir was for once in a jovial mood because he mentioned, I don't know about 2021 because you lost 20 straight tosses. won a toss for the first time in my tenure, feels I have won my first match. Imagine, not since the semi-final of 2023 did India win a toss against New Zealand. After that, 1 in a million. Even Ryan Descartes said, we have been winning 1 in a million. This is the problem. Tosses played a big role in this particular series, because if India had got the wrong end of the toss, perhaps they would have lost Vizag also. And this is what Gambhir stated in the next two things. One, on the batting order. In particular, Washington Sundar. He bats at 3, bats at 5, bats at 7, bats at 8. What do you want to do with Washington Sundar? But again, Gambhir gave a point which might infuriate some fans. He said, batting order is overrated. Apart from the openers, everything else is flexible. And remember one more thing, batting order is necessary in a test match. In an ODIs, barring the openings, everything else, it's flexible. Washington has batted at different positions. That is the kind of character we want. Someone who does it with a smile on his face. Washington has decided to be that particular guy who will say yes to any position that you want him to bat in. So Gambhir has made it clear, batting order in an ODI is overrated. Plain and simple. Now, due. Now remember, there was immense criticism that Gambhir and the Indian cricket team could not defend 350. How could you not defend 358? There was one thing though, due. You have to see the conditions. When you bowl with a wet ball, it is difficult. Toss matters at this point in time. Compare it to February, March in the Champions Trophy. Dew didn't play that much of a role. But here in India during winters, especially when you're batting second, dew will play a role. October, November, December, when you play matches here, it plays a massive role. So that is why when the criticism is there, have the facts ready about it. Yes, in Raipur, it was next to impossible to handle the ball. But here, India stepped up a gear and now they have gotten a series win. So yes, Gambhir now has got a legitimate thing to say, we will celebrate a series win and milestones. But what Gambhir said in Sydney still holds true. You can't celebrate a series loss if you celebrate individual milestones. As simple as that. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.